Okay, so I'm gonna try and make a really quick tutorial here for Defection Perfect Agent DefPag. Let's see where my DefPag vid is. I hate this fucking mic because I need to try and talk so loud. Yet I'm like pretty close to the computer. Oh fuck, it was probably 2014. Uh, oh fuck. Um, oh, there it is. Okay, anyways, so this is assuming you know how to do the first glitch at least. Um, just gonna explain how the elevator works quickly, because that's kind of important. I think I'm just gonna try and go over what's really important here for getting a fast time, 120, 125. So if you watch like Dennis vid here, computer's kinda slow right now, whatever. Should be better for the non-online vids, but he's waiting quite a lot of cinema. While this cinema is playing, the elevator is basically it's going down the data down building. It's going down the building, and somewhere it's gonna start going back up the building. So if you wait, like here where he did, the elevator's basically gone down the building, and maybe somewhere here it's starting to climb back up. So after he's done the speech skipping here, uh, all he has to do is run up, and he basically times the elevator with the cinema. So because he waited the cinema, then this elevator right here is gonna arrive there before the programmer gets there, and he's gonna hopefully like walk into the elevator just as the door closes, because the elevator will stand here for a little while before the door closes. So this way of timing the cinema he did here is for making the elevator door shut perfectly in the program when the programmer has entered the elevator. And his program here is insane. Like with a better ending, this should have been 119 easily. With a better ending. This is also, his beginning was really good too. So this is like, if your beginning isn't like really fast, then you should maybe cut the cinema like 1 second, because this is like, I think this is like barely, this might be like, I mean no one knows for sure, but this seems to me like this is like max almost like what the programmer can like, this is just barely so the programmer makes it in time for the elevator. If you wait a little bit longer, he's never gonna like get there in time, unless you're like doing the strat that I did where I clip into the building here. But with this strat where you run here, you basically, I can explain this quick, you crouch here, double crouch here, and I think you left straight in, and then you basically then you backstrafe into this glass here. So that's how it works. You can, if you double crouch, you can basically walk in through the building here. And what makes you not fall through the building is that once you get in, you have to backstrafe immediately. You don't have time to uncrouch here. You just you just start backstrafing into the. You have to touch the glass here, basically. That's how it works. So he backstrafes and then he uncrouches, and he starts speech skipping. I can explain the speech skipping just real quickly. I'm kind of assuming people who watch this know this, but I can explain it real quickly just how it works. Then I'm gonna go over my bit, how I do the beginning, where you don't have to watch the cinema, not the long cinema. You just have to watch a little bit. But the speech skipping basically is that the program has two long speeches. Speech skipping works by you pause basically on the frame where the speech is about to begin. And if you do that, then the speech is like running in the game while you're in pause. So you basically you pause the timer, but the speech still runs. So without the timer going, so that means you gain time, of course. So, and if you learn your pace, like if you're here, like this is really quick pace with this strat. So you can basically know from the timer. You can just watch what time you have when you drop on the floor, and you can check where the first skip happens, and then you don't have to like pause so many times. You kind of know where the speech starts. So then when you're like really close, the timer's really close to the speech, then you start like pausing, and you pause like really tightly between each pause, hoping for pausing on the frame when the speech begins. It's not really difficult once you learn it. But the way it is on Defection is that you can't hear the speech going when you're pausing, but it is going in the background. And the problem is knowing when you have actually skipped the speech. You can tell that by not like just leaving like a couple tenths. So you're basically sacrificing a couple tenths. That's how I do it. To see where to see the speech like flashing by quickly. It's better to show on my vid. So I clip into the building like this. This is the fast way. And I arrive there at like 7 seconds. So I don't know, maybe the first speech happens maybe 2 seconds after, 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. So its timer is at 9 or something, I think now. So I start pausing here, and you basically you can use the pause music to determine like how long you've been pausing. Too bad the sound is so fucking low in this vid. I can't really hear it. But yeah, you should have music you can hear from the pausing. It's like doom doom doo 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 doo. But this pause music is so hard to, you can't even imitate it. But roughly the way I'm pausing here. I think I paused a little bit long there. So if I would have skipped it there, I wouldn't have seen the last bit of the speech on the screen there. So I wouldn't have known if I skipped it. I don't think this is one of my best speech keepers. So here's an example of how long I pause. This is PAL, but I think it's pretty much the same on TSC. Just listen to the pause music. This is for the first speech. You pause just a tiny bit longer for the second speech. But this is the pause music. You want to listen to the pause music in this much. Wait, not this one. That's almost a little bit too much. And for the second speech, it's this much. So it's almost there. Skip the second one. You can see it briefly here. I had to pause quite a many times here for the first one anyway, because I was talking, I think. I should skip it like any time here now. Then you can see the like the last bit of the speech up here. Oh, there it is. You saw? There's a tiny bit of the speech there. Oh, that was actually the last. The strat I did was everything is like set up for like I actually run up here for the final, final small bit of speech here. So I want to leave as far away from the door as possible. You don't necessarily have to run here, but you can, after you see a speech, you skip the speech, just run here, skip the final bit of speech, and but if you're gonna use this this extra time saved for standing on the corner, then you have to time the cinema on elevator. Otherwise, you're just gonna lose the time you gained there from bad timing for the programmer to enter the elevator or lift or whatever. So here I got stuck a little bit actually. Let's see if I can see the elevator. I might have seen it there. I actually can't see it at all. So elevator is probably down here or something. Oh, there it is. And I do think the elevator, this was such a fast run though. I'm pretty sure the elevator can be like up here. I could have called it like when it's up here, and I could have got like a whole second faster programmer. But if you call it when it's up here, it's probably gonna be a little bit too fast for the programmer to make it. So you want it to be level with the floor or a little bit below. And obviously if it's up here, it's gonna stop immediately here without first break. When it's like here, it's gonna like start breaking slowly and then slowly like going back up. And since you just left the programmer, that should be perfect enough time for the elevator to get back here. Plus the door is gonna be open for a while, and when he walks in, it's gonna shut like close to perfect. I do think he warps a little bit though, from what I've seen when I walked here with invisibility or the cloaking device, and I watched him. Like I timed the cinema like Dennis, I think, and the programmer. I don't think he made it to the elevator, even if I made sure that there were no cars in the way, and so it's possible he warps a little bit, but yeah, that's how it actually. I was gonna explain that now, how this elevator time, which I kind of did, but yeah, this is providing that you have waited a little bit of. This is how much I wait. So keep in mind, it's a really quick beginning. This is like a 119, maybe even close to 118 beginning. So that car went past there, and you see this ship coming here in, and why the big hurry? And if Dr. Carroll's not pretty much, if Dr. Carroll's not extract, that's where I cut it. So if you don't have like a beginning like me, if it's a second slower, then you just basically just wait, skip the cinema 1 second earlier, so you can see how quick this is. I did land on the railing, but yeah, I made it here in like 7 point. It's like 7.5 almost, 7.6, 7.7, because that's 7.5. Yeah, I think this is pretty much where you activate the programmer, and then it's gonna take like 2 or 3 seconds for the first speech to skip. So you stand here and then start pausing. So, but yeah, there's let's see. There's the problem of if you skip the no, it should be fine. If you skip the cinema like 1 second earlier and use the easier strat, so you get there at 8.5 maybe, then after you skip the speech, the elevator should be there, like, unless you get stuck really badly, like I nearly did. That was pretty bad because it was already down here. But yeah, it's kind of, if it's down here, then it's kind of safe actually, because he has a bigger shot at getting to the elevator. But maybe you wanna YOLO a little bit. If it's all level with the floor here, the elevator, then you can press it and just you could possibly get a sick program, but you kind of wanna wait for it to go just a tiny bit below, maybe for safety. Um, but yeah, like after you press the elevator, oh, yeah, if it's up here, you might wanna pause here actually and check, because it can be a little bit random. So if you just run past and press it, you might be all the time pressing when it's like up here, and then the program might never get in time. I'm actually not sure, but this is just an estimation. You wanna press it level with the floor or below. But yeah, after pressing the elevator, this is really important part. Here you wanna go fast. You wanna go really fast here, and I'm gonna explain why. Press, because here, when you go in here and you come out here, the programmer, it's very likely he sees you from here. He doesn't. I don't think he even needs to be here. He can be like below, behind the wall or something stupid, and he sees you, and you see his message briefly here, or you can hear him. If that happens, the run is over. Basically, he's gonna run away, and he's gonna not gonna make it to the elevator in time. So you wanna be really fast. And I was really lucky with the door here too. So this is really fast. So I might have seen him sometimes, like see me even if I'm quite fast. So, but being faster definitely should make it more likely for you to avoid him seeing you like from below. So you can go kind of fast here too once you get to the staircase, but you can kind of start slowing down here a little bit. There I look down quickly, briefly. I don't know if it helps. Um, I've got good programmers like that. I don't know. Maybe it helps. uh, so here I just use the. I'm just going slow here. Here is actually good if you go slow. You have time. Just do a good throw. Kill these cars. It's no reason to go fast. It might actually be better to go a little bit slower. And here definitely you wanna slow down once you get up here. I actually look here. This is also, I no idea if this helps or not, but I just stop there and select the data uplink. And here for sure you wanna be waiting, because if you go down there earlier, he's just never gonna be fast. You want him to like warp the door, and obviously if you see him, he's not gonna warp it. So like, let's see the timer, 57, 58, 59. I go in 59. So if your beginning was like a second slower, obviously you wanna go in 1 minute. Um, so yeah, the level is all about like timing the beginning and going fast one part of the level, and then it's just luck, you know. If you do everything right, I don't know. I'm guessing it's like 2 in 10 or something, or maybe more than that. You get a fast, but like a really fast programmer, like this one isn't even like, I still never got, you know, the programmer as fast as Dennis. But yeah, this could have been maybe if I had pressed the elevator a tiny bit earlier. But that's, yeah, I don't know if that's like 1 in 10 or less. You can get a semi-fast, like probably 3 in 10 or 4 in 10. It's not that, it's not really super like luck based really. It's like almost, well, it's like, yeah, it's probably 3 in 10 at least if you're doing it correct. I think get a really decent one at least. World record programmer might, yeah, that might be like one in 10 or worse. So yeah, those are like the most important knowledge things you need for the level really. Then the ending here, I guess I can briefly go over this. It's I like to be a little bit left of the center of the computer with the crosshairs like here when I'm doing the download or whatever, and I turn a tiny bit to the left, so I'm not like, you see this lower part of the screen is not totally in line with this, but I'm like turned just a tiny bit left, like, yeah. Maybe I'm actually maybe it's pretty much like crosshair on the center and turn a tiny bit left. This is how I make sure that to aim for the computer. So I just back up and hold right strafe for a bit and let go, and I should be on the computer. And there's a really easy way to know when you're right strafed enough. I'm gonna show that. But yeah, here I pause and then I press before his speech comes up. You can see him moving a little bit, yeah, like a tiny bit. He moves a tiny bit, and then you can just press Z for the upload. And so after that, you can also, let's see. Okay, after you start downloading or uploading, I don't know. Let's call it uploading. I don't know what it is, but you want to watch the timer. You pause and you see the timer, and you wait like it's like 1.5 seconds, a little bit more if you want to be a bit safe. Like, this is a pretty YOLO lead. Like, it's like 1.5 seconds. It's really YOLO. Back up, and right here I uncrouch. I was in a single crouch, I think. Yeah, single crouch. And here I switch to this is how I time it. I switch to ECM mine here. I think it didn't like complete until somewhere, but yeah, if you switch to ECM mine after backing up and uncrouching, when you're falling down here, you start right strafing, and you basically see this popping up, and then you strafe a tiny bit more and stop, and then you're pretty much at the computer. Let's see that again. Back up, uncrouch, switch to ECM mine, start right strafing here, stop. So yeah, it's like almost right after this pops up, you stop, right strafing, and then you start pausing to see. I was like almost perfect. So you can adjust in the air with the pausing if you're a little bit off. And I started throwing really early, pre-YOLO. With the pausing, it's not that bad. Yeah, that's about it.